Hello everybody, I am The Worm, and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time was, well, I'm not sure if we really want to talk about what happened last time. It was a bit of a rough way to start this adventure, I'll say that much. In more ways than one, both for the somewhat crude nature of what happened, and just the panic-inducing timer we were on. So that was quite something. I certainly was not expecting that. I'm pretty sure we haven't had a timer before now. So that was that's something new, and that's something to dread going forward. Yeah, and I mean that. You know, I will pat myself on the back a bit, because I think I did pretty well. As far as I can recall, I don't think I missed any of the items that were there. And although I don't think obviously I didn't need to fight that dang fish man, but having fought both the fish man and the parasite at the end, I was able to do that in one attempt. And so I'll be satisfied with that. And there was something I noticed in that final battle there. If you'll recall, during the cathedral level, I had tried at one point to figure out how substantial the difference was between our characters being in the front row versus the back in terms of how much damage they did. And my conclusion from that was it didn't seem like there was much damage, but in that final battle with the parasite, I had Stroll doing that slicer move, and while he was in the back, it was doing 40s or 50s each time it hit. And then when I was rushing at the end there, I had him go to the front, because I thought, even if it's a marginal increase, I need any increase I can get. And instead of the 40s and 50s, it did 100 damage each time, which is, it was basically doubled what he was doing while in the back. So I had not noticed that much of a change previously, so I don't know at this point. But since my strategy has revolved around using Hulkenberg as the taunt, I really should be using... I should have both Culm and Stroll in the front. That I think that would help me going forward. But yeah, okay, we are ready. I don't think that we have anything to buy. I didn't notice anything last time. We are going to go in and hunt Heismay. Oh, there is, I guess, one more thing to talk about. So there was a brief discussion before this point where we're wondering if Morris betrayed us, but I'm unsure about that, and I said so at the time because the sandworms are a normal part of the ecosystem in this area. I guess it comes down to whether or not the sand flash phenomenon is actually true or not. It's interesting that Morris was the one to tell us about the sand flash and not Barden. Because if it's just false altogether, then like say we go in here, we beat Heismay, we go back to town, and we say, we go to Barden and say, hey, what was up with the sand flash not working? And he says, what are you talking about? What do you mean sand flash working? Then obviously, yes, Morris led us down the wrong path there. But otherwise, I don't think we had any info that the sandworms we were dealing with were good, or at least the big one was going to be a human. So that's I'm still unsure about exactly what's going on here. I don't think I think we did get one new thing in Memorandum. Let's see here. Midnight Sun Sands. A desert area in the Martira region where a number of small lakes are scattered between alabaster white sand dunes. The white sands there are actually made up of glass debris, though its source remains a mystery. A massive structure can be seen beyond the sand dunes, but from a distance the view is obstructed by spouting water geysers from the lake, and from up close it is too large to see in its entirety. Yeah, it says structure, and someone, I believe at the time, said it might have been a giant sandworm itself, or at least a giant creature. When I saw it, I actually thought it looked like some kind of huge ship or craft, but certainly we've seen some pretty strange designs, both for creatures and vehicles in this world, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's either of those things. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's see what our compatriots have to say.
Yeesh.
Okay. In terms of archetypes, what are we looking like here? Hulkenberg's Magic Knight is still pretty low. Stroll's Swordmaster is leveling up nicely. Let's see where they are in comparison to the Warrior. Wow, so see, look at that. So, Warrior's maxed out, Swordmaster is halfway there, and we can already see that the Swordmaster is, stat-wise, we're only about one down on each of them. Or thereabouts. So yeah, I mean, when he's pretty much equivalent with where the Warrior's at. Let's see here. So I've been switching between Merchant and Healer. Let's see how much we have cut. So here we have Light and we have Light and Ice covered with my character, as well as, what does the Mace do? Mace does Strike. So Healer has Light, Ice, and Strike. Stroll has Slash, obviously. And Hulkenberg has Pierce. So we're kind of lacking on Elemental, on the Elemental front there. Let's see. We could put Cond. We could put Cond on Stroll. Just so we have some more coverage. What does my Merchant have? Merchant kind of covers everything. You know, let's put, for Stroll. He was doing fire with his sword before. Let's, maybe we'll have... Let's put fire on him.
That is...
Okay. Man, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I am just waiting to unlock more skill inheritance slots, because those are so good. I think that's it. I don't even know, now that I think about it, I don't even know what I got from the worm. Let's see, we got Great Spirit Dust. Demonic Ice Sickle. Don't remember where we got that from. Stygian Sutra. Deals dark damage to all enemies. I really need to pay attention to my use items. Binding rope. Ooh, decreases hit evasion for one enemy for 3 turns. That sounds like it'd be good for a boss. Ready polearm. Spice. Milk. I did buy some bait the other episode. Hero's fruit seed. Seeds of a rare aromatic tree. Growing them somewhere will bear fruit that grant a small amount of archetype XP. You know that we've had some mentions in Chimera. We saw mention of a bathing, and now we have mentions of having something like a garden. So there's still gameplay elements that we don't know about. We got a lot of hero experience, archetype experience. And we also have these stat increases. What would I even use them on? What was that quest from Moors? Oh, it's just 15 different archetypes. Which I'm just assuming... Oh, look at there. It says study status 10 of 15. Okay. So yeah, that's just... We're just going to get that eventually. In fact, I could potentially get that... Well, it says different, doesn't it? So presumably I can't double dip. Hang on. Yeah, I can't double dip. So we would have to learn... I don't think there's anything we can actually learn... Yeah, beyond where we are now. Okay, yeah, so that'll just come with time. We're looking at items. Stuff to sell. These are key items. Information. I've just never scrolled through these menus. We do have some utility accessories here, but we didn't get any information about Heismay or what might be in the cave, so hard to know what to be on the lookout for. Also, I apologize. I've had a bit of a cough lately, so if I make noise, sorry about that. Okay, so
What now?
I think we're covered on between me with healer and merchant, and Stroll. He's covering fire, and Hulkenberg here. Yeah, I think we cover pretty much everything. The only question will be for Colm whether I want to switch him from healer to merchant, and that'll... Well, hang on a second, actually. Now that I think about it. If I have Hulkenberg on cold... I'm just thinking, why don't I cut out the middleman and have my merchant learn something like Medi? Of course, the issue there is then I would only have... See, it's really nice when we run... When it has been the case that it's really nice to run into enemies that have Blizz, and then I've had they've had an ice weakness, and then I've had Blizz on all my characters, and then, you know, once you get in those sorts of situations, it's just a cakewalk. You know, it's just bam, 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 so many extra turns. So, you know, by actually spreading the elements around, we will, you know, we'll cover more weaknesses, but because only one person potentially covers each weakness, we may overall have less extra turns. Hopefully that made sense. Let's leave it. We can, I can change the skills as I go. I remember that now. Okay, I think we're good. I don't know if Moore has anything else to say.
Now, where will...
Should I check, just in case?
Well, well. Do make yourself at home.
Yep, same thing. Okay, don't think there's anything else here. Can we read the Book of Apocalypse yet?
What's this?
That... All right.
No. Of course not. Of course not.
Oh. You'll come again.
Okay, actually grant me 1 second. Just gonna pause real quick. Be right back. Okay, now I am ready. Let's go ahead and begin the Hunt for Heismay.
Onward.
What do you think?
So we bring the fight to them.
Okay, well, we're pretty topped up right now, so let's switch over. Okay, nothing too intimidating right now. What am I looking at? Is that a tail or something? No, it's like it's something like
Indeed.
a plant.
Look!
What the...
However, look.
Well... I'm heading out.
Right.
I don't see anything we can't handle easily.
Alright, so some pretty simple monsters so far.
I think we're in the clear.
What's that color bonus I saw up there?
I imagine that would be of use.
Looks like there's a potential entrance or exit there.
All right, we
I'm
did
just
it!
so thankful to not be on a timer right now. Rotting bones. So you're thinking that's another human sandworm
all right?
hybrid or something?
Let's push through.
Get ready, everyone!
The music is kinda... This is a new track. Uh-oh, Elementa. And it's somewhat solemn sounding.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Act fast, and we'll win this.
Effects of inclement weather. If you enter a dungeon when weather is bad, enemies become stronger. Stronger enemies grant more experience, but you will not receive a turn icon bonus when striking their weakness. Oh my goodness. So that is a very high risk, high reward situation.
To the rear guard. Forward! Merchant! Freeze!
What?
Are you prepared?
Not now.
They're weak to ice. Let's stop them cold.
Tougher than I thought.
Come! Oh, shards of ice!
Nice.
What a finale! Keep your energy up,
Oh, that's
everyone.
probably what that bonus was.
A trivial fight, really.
That'll do.
We made short work of them.
Blessed water, very nice.
This is bad. They're onto us.
Yeah, so that bonus up at the different colored bonus numbers, that must be because of the weather. The fact that there are all these alternate paths here. Now that I know that there can be sort of map-specific, what would it be? How to phrase it? Gimmicks. So, you know, we had the timer in one place. Now I'm kind of worried. All these sort of zones splitting off. Am I gonna have to be running back and forth through this sort of maze? What's going on here?
Come on!
I can feel the power coursing through me.
Nice find.
Nickel pill.
Looks
It's the right place?
Look,
Oh. Okay, looks like path of no return here.
That should be it. We don't know what's lurking inside. Stay vigilant, everyone.
Tracks. Something small crawled here.
probably the larvae of the giant sandworms, right? This place is bound to be chock full of them. Maybe what happened is that people mistook the human for some subspecies of the sandworms. Not that they're anything alike.
Ugh. Even the memory of being eaten puts a twinge in my nose. I'd rather it stay numb.
Stop fussing over a smell. You'll attract the enemy.
I just heard something. It can't be.
Gallica, which way is the sound coming from?
Shh! Be quiet! No, they're footsteps. Someone's coming this way.
Oh.
Keep your guard up.
Who's he?
It's coming back!
How do you know where it's hiding?
I think it's gone somewhere.
Are you the man we seek?
Name yourselves.
You mean this is Heismay?
I didn't expect a Ujief.
He's a Ujief.
Never seen one in the flesh. We're but another lesser tribe the city dwellers don't care for.
Excuse me.
We owe you a debt, it seems.
Oh my. Sure what I was expecting. Also good to know, it's not Ugeef, it's Ujeef. Which is the opposite problem I had with Guido, where I thought it was Gido. It's actually Guido. So Ujeef. You have some kind of... What kind of equipment are you rocking there?
A Knight of the Crown, are you? Is that why you knew my name? Or perhaps you know it from the wanted posters.
It's the second one, sir.
Both, actually.
Okay, it's both, actually.
I flee to the furthest depths, and still they pursue me.
Where are the people you kidnapped?
What are you talking about? Suppose there's no point standing around chatting with someone after my head.
That weapon. So he truly was part of the Shadowguard.
Shadowguard.
Shadowguard?
Eyes front. He's a knight to be reckoned with.
Here I come!
Okay.
I'll not be anyone's captive without a fight. I'll have to provide some less delicate discouragement. No hard feelings. Allow me to use this.
Oh my.
Huh? There's more Heismays?
To push me this far. I did not give you enough credit. But against my mirage arts, your strength means nothing.
Ow.
What the? We've got multiple Heismays.
Yeah, no kidding. I just had a thought pop into my head. You know, if it's gonna be somewhat awkward if we take this guy's head and have to present it, you know, the whole point of this exhibition
We can do this.
was to get the biggest beast head, and ours is gonna, you know, kind of pale in comparison. How to think about this?
I won't hold back. Maybe not. Merchant!
I mean, I think we could just start throwing stuff out. Which one do you think's the real one?
Ice!
I'm barely staying awake.
Where'd he
Oh,
go?
you jerk.
What?
This is nothing.
What's in the...
Nice one.
Oh, wow, I've got the moves. Okay.
No
Stroll,
holding back!
it's your... I should have just passed him in the first place. It's your time to shine. Let's do a big slash.
I see your
Only
game.
do wide-ranging
Well,
attacks.
that
Focus
failed.
on one at a time.
To safer ground! Come!
Okay, let's do this.
Strike me if you dare!
I will fight with pride, by this power.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Wind!
That
It didn't
all you
work.
have?
Only a flesh wound.
Okay.
Go for it!
Oh, power!
Start
of
with this.
heroes.
Let Politeness,
I'm
nothing.
barely staying awake.
What do we do? That anxiety's
Hey.
too hard.
Why are we anxious?
Have you really come this far on brute force alone? Now I know you only see what I want you to see. And once lost in the mirage, there is no escape. I was saving this.
Oh, darn it.
This is nothing.
The captain's anxiety is overwhelming him. We can't let him get hit.
I call upon royal power within!
Okay, first,
All yours!
Observe the enemy. With blade in hand!
Maybe we can't do this.
what does... Come on, if I do status, please just tell me what... Remind me what anxiety does. That cures anxiety. I don't think he can use archetype skills. How about fire to everyone?
This'll do it.
I see your
How
game.
we do wide-ranging attacks. Focus
that
on
was
one at a time.
bad.
How about this?
Your tactic.
So heavy.
Is that all?
This is not going well.
I have my methods.
Audacity!
Okay, we're not anxious.
You first.
For all that we strive for!
Captain,
Be
they've
neither
slowed you
timid
down.
nor arrogant.
Come forth, royal soul.
Okay, so AoE attacks are just not working here.
Roar!
slow.
Don't get sloppy, Captain.
Is that all? This is nothing. Only a flesh wound. This is nothing.
Go for it.
Captain,
Observe
they've
the enemy.
slowed
Let
you down.
justice prevail. Is that all?
Coin can solve problems a blade cannot.
Let's use.
Here.
Trust me.
Stroll,
I shall
your
fight
speed
as the
down.
noble I am. I shall vanquish evil. Burn to ash!
Oh,
Was luck on your side? Or perhaps, no matter. I can't back down either way. Here I come. I'll use this.
I mean, it was luck. Is there meant to be a way I'm supposed to know which one's which?
Oh, power of heroes!
Coin can
Okay,
solve
hang on,
problems
let's-
a blade cannot. I won't hold back!
This one.
Freeze!
How disappointing.
What do we do?
No.
That anxiety's hitting you hard.
Most impressive. You've some grand cause to fight for, I'm sure. But I have my own. I've no intention of being so easily snared.
Oh,
Where'd he go? He disappeared just like that.
well. Is it possible to beat him there? Well, regardless of if it was possible or not, it was very annoying.
Even wholly surrounded, too. Tis bad enough that he's skilled, but we have an environmental disadvantage here.
But the very first thing he did was save us from a human, right?
So it seemed. Had he not stepped in, he'd be rid of us, and not have to bother exposing himself. A passing strange choice for a supposed amoral scoundrel.
But we don't know anything for sure yet. Worth noting that the petrification magic didn't kick in either, I suppose.
Our names still mean nothing then. The people's support is not yet strong enough to protect us. 'Tis frustrating, but we must press on.
Should we
Okay.
investigate the hut in the meantime? Maybe we'll find some clues about the kidnappings.
Good plan. Let's take a look first.
Let's do it.
Doesn't it seem like...
I always forget I can do this auto recovery.
Oh,
All right.
Small jar.
Huh.
I see.
Uh-oh.
And so,
Really?
Hmm. Interesting that he backed off and allowed us to come in here.
that's... The truth is,
I get it now.
Hmm.
Even so,
Interesting.
Look.
indeed.
Hey,
It's strange that everything's bound with cloth. Yeah, what's the reason? Okay, so we don't know why, but it's just they're noting it's strange that it's bound up. Okay. Child's letter.
This is...
what the what? Oh,
Okay.
So apparently...
but
No.
Ooh. If we held the urn for ransom, that's dirty. Human. I mean, he was able to take down a human pretty easily. I don't know about the cloth. I'm gonna say there's a lot of cloth, mostly because I think he could take down a human. We saw him do it. And the urn just feels... You know, let's just say this first.
In this place... Right.
Dampen noise. Block out light. Extra bedding. How about to dampen noise?
That's... Aha! Hey.
I see.
then
Oh.
Nice.
Sound warfare. So how do we do that?
Right then. Let's get this plan underway.
Okay, that's how we do that. Alright. I mean, I'm willing to try anything. Anything once. Let's do this.
Heismay! Come out!
Show yourself!
wow, that's some crazy echo.
Kind of nice getting to let loose. Long as I'm yelling anyway.
Luis! You think you're so bloody untouchable, you bastard?
Hey! Big ugly sandwormy human thing! Even Hulkenberg wouldn't eat you!
Gasp! Rejected by Hulkenberg! The ravenous, all-devouring she-beast of the Knight's Order!
Hulkenberg's looking at us like, well, hang on a second, guys. You know, I don't know about that.
Is this what we've come to? Saying whatever's on our minds? Well, so be it.
Yeah, go ahead, Hulkenberg. Let loose.
Kalika, the sound of your wings keeps me up at night.
She does, you know, not as big as Heismay, but she does have bigger ears. That's true.
Stroll, you think you're so smart.
Stroll, be more careful. Gallica, be nicer to me. Hulkenberg's just ... What does that mean? I'm tempted out of curiosity. Interesting how I have to pick a target here. Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, you're...
I am absolutely not old-fashioned or stubborn.
Hey, you said it.
He didn't even finish.
Ah! Enough! Stop this infernal din!
Hey, it's working. Oh my.
What do you think would happen if that monster showed up without my ears working? You'd all be dead. Is this blasted bounty that important to you?
You know, considering he seems so sensitive to sound, wasn't one of the contestants a UGF? And presumably they have a gauntlet runner. I would think, wouldn't that be very loud, just being in there? I mean, considering the one that we have.
Here's our guest of honor at last. It was never about the money. Children are missing. We can't just ignore a kidnapper.
Kidnapper? I see now. As you were saying before, they've named me a kidnapper. A monster preying on children.
Uh-huh.
If the charges are false, I would hear it. In truth, even I've come to doubt the allegations.
And why is that, Lady Knight?
You've lost a child yourself, haven't you? I cannot imagine a parent who has endured such pain would kidnap children, much less sell them off.
Hold on. I can't trust a man who does nothing but flee. The people responsible for my home burning. Zorba, who forced the dead to fight on his behalf. Anyone who can't face reality themselves is capable of any low.
True enough. If we lived in a world where words alone proved us just, I'd not be living in this infernal cave. I'm sorry, but I won't go to the gallows before I've even honored my son's death. If you'll not leave me be, then we decide this another way.
So you're finally ready to fight us properly.
Draw steel.
Okay.
If I'm to take your life, I'll not do it from the shadows. But if you refuse to retreat, then ready your blades.
I was thinking we have, we might, you know, that conversation could have gone a different direction, but no, it looks like we're fighting. We'll make you talk.
We'll make you talk.
Yes, we shall have the truth from you.
Here I come. I'll use this.
Ow. Jerk.
He's not getting away this time!
Okay, I'm trying to see if there's a way to tell them apart. You see how
I will
one
fight
of
with pride.
one of them has the animation separate from the rest? I mean, I was thinking that might have been a tell, but
I'm counting on you.
I shall fight as the noble I am. All yours.
Let us
To
clean
safer
up
ground.
this mess.
Let justice prevail.
Be neither timid nor arrogant.
let's test it again just to be sure.
Nice.
That all you have?
What's going
Okay.
on?
Nope.
Where'd he go?
This is nothing.
How about this?
Okay, strap in everybody. This
Captain,
this
they
will
slowed you down.
I think this will take a while.
Swordmaster! Burn! It's no good!
Barely staying awake.
Oh, please!
I have my method.
Oh, I forgot to taunt.
So heavy.
For all that we strive for!
Stroll,
It's
your
okay.
speed's
By this
down.
power.
I know I have to be missing something here.
Lightning.
How disappointing.
You're overwhelmed with anxiety.
You'll go no farther under the illusion's sway. Allow me to use this. Slash!
All these copies. I wonder if there's some way to tell them apart.
Yeah, thanks, Gallica. Oh, I
name of
just saw it.
Go for it!
The captain's
You think
anxiety is
yourself
overwhelming.
equal to a
Can't
UG's
let him
fragility?
get hit.
I see it now.
They've slowed you
Maybe
down.
we can't do this. We're looking good here.
It's Swordmaster!
I see it, everybody.
I'll cut you down!
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
So, you saw through my illusion. Even so,
Stroll,
be
your speed's
neither
down.
timid nor arrogant.
Yep, I see it. It's in the name, guys. Shadowguard. Yeah. That's the ticket.
Come!
Did I already do this? Already infected. Thank you, game. That's nice of you to do that.
Oh, power of heroes!
Looks like we can't brute force through
Magic
this one.
light! Free!
This is the mark.
Pull yourself together.
This is nothing.
The captain's anxiety is overwhelming him.
I'm counting
Let
on
him
you.
get
You
hit.
think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility?
Right on target.
Man, Stroll,
Knighthood.
you're hitting them crits. That's very good.
With blade in hand!
Oops, Oh, you're spending my
Let us
money.
clean up this mess.
Are you prepared?
I see your
You
game.
gotta aim better than that.
This is nothing.
Tis best used.
I should have realized that sooner.
Something's off. That copy
For all
doesn't
that
have
we
like...
strive for!
Yes, Gallica, I realized it. Thank you.
Strike me if you dare!
Be neither timid
Come
nor
forth,
arrogant.
royal soul. Hold on. By this power, free.
In the name, I call upon royal power within!
Just seeing if he has any
Show
weaknesses.
no mercy. How about this?
Hulkenberg's moving slower.
Oh, power of heroes!
I won't hold back. Maybe not.
What have we got so far?
Merchant!
How about wind?
Win!
A blunder?
Stroll,
I
your
can't.
speed's
No
down.
holding back!
Too slow.
You gotta aim better than that.
Ouch, we missed.
Only a flesh wound.
Slash!
This is nothing.
With blade in hand! I stand waiting!
Captain,
let's
they've
go.
slowed you down.
No. By this power.
But how?
We got him.
Then my fight ends here. What are those strange powers you possess?
Oh, you know, it's just some archetypes.
Not bad. I'll strive for greater heights.
How'd you cast spells without igniters? What was that?
We'll have our answers first. Did you really kidnap all those people from the castle town?
Look around you, lad. Where would I keep the victims? Besides, I'm but one man. Kidnapping on the scale you suggest would be damn near impossible.
I mean, certainly, if we're just gonna take it at face value, what our party has been saying since we've wandered in here, then I think they're saying it's clear that the kidnappees are not here. Thing is, though, we never got any clue or reason as to why the kidnappings are happening. You know, I don't want to try to make any... I hesitate to make any connections to, you know, motives for real-life kidnappings onto here, so I won't. So, okay, let's see where this goes.
You're saying you were framed? This case even reached the capital, you know. Why would anyone pin such horrors on an innocent man?
Innocent is more generous than most of the world sees me. A Ujif drifter, a disgraced knight condemned by the Sanctists. What couldn't they pin on me? They cast me out, stripped my titles, and put a price on my head. They would even refuse me the right to mourn my child.
And thus, you held back against us, didn't you? You never intended to take our lives.
I mean, that's certainly what our character's thoughts during the battle seems to suggest that, yeah.
Or perhaps you could not bring yourself to kill a young man.
Just didn't want to make a mess I'd have to clean up.
What do you think? Is Heismay really our kidnapper?
I don't think he's the culprit. Yes, he's the culprit. I'm not sure. Well, I want to hear more. Do you know any more? Well, the games and all our characters are really casting a lot of doubt on this. I mean, would they pull would they be trying to trick us that much, or should we just go with what they're saying? Sure, I'll jump on this bandwagon. I don't think he's a culprit.
I don't think he's the culprit.
I agree. That being said, it is also hard to imagine the town maintaining a groundless bounty so faithfully.
Yeah, he said they would pin it on me. Hang on, what did he say exactly? Yeah, you Ujif drifter, a disgraced knight condemned by the Sanctus. What couldn't they pin on me? Who's this they you're referring to? Be more specific, please.
It was the Holy Lady who named the price, and the guard captain who thereby took it to the capital. To end this as a case of mistaken identity would disgrace their word.
You think they must have had a reason to suspect him then? So, what's really going on here?
Well, if I had to throw out a name, if we're going along with that whole sand flash advice was nonsense, you know, maybe we need to have another talk with Morris.
Sounds to me like between the Guard Corps and Heismay, one of them could be lying. Remember when we first arrived? We almost got killed by a beast they told us would be asleep.
You cannot be suggesting the Guard Corps set us up. Absurd! No, it defies all reason. They went to such lengths to place the request.
Well, not necessarily all the Guard Corps, but maybe perhaps some specific individuals within the Guard Corps?
So you think I'm the one lying, do you?
Well, it's just we haven't seen evidence.
Like I said, we don't make assumptions. If there's anything else you know, we're listening.
Yes, please at least give us your side, and then we can go from there. Clearly this investigation is not over.
You're a strange lot. Fine. Investigate this as you see fit. And if you think I'm guilty by the end of it, put me in chains. What's the matter? Never tied up a captive before?
Give it a rest, old man. You'll make a better guide than a captive. Otherwise, the human makes a meal of us, and nobody wins.
A strange lot indeed. And... oh, my God, a foul-smelling one to boot.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Okay. That was much... That dungeon did not last as long as I thought it could.
Sorry, but you'll have to bear with us.
Don't mind me.
If the charges prove false, you should be cleared. Still, We'll have to find a new head to be judged for the competition.
Then we'll just find whoever's actually behind it and have their head instead. Let's contact Barden tomorrow, but we'll keep quiet about Heismay. Can't tell if we can trust the guardsman yet.
Yeah, good to be cautious.
What are we going to do with Heismay tonight? We can't exactly set him up at the inn.
I mean, well, I'll give credit to Heismay here. He has allowed us to, you know, bind him up, take him captive. So either he thinks the evidence is, you know, really well hidden, or, you know, he's really innocent, right? Because he's if we were just, he seems to believe us when we say we're looking for the truth, because, I mean, if we were just self-interested bounty hunters, you know, whether he was guilty or not, we could just take him in and get our reward. So he's putting a lot of faith in us.
Steady on. You're not leaving me to watch our bounty alone.
Fine. Then Nurus and I can both watch him tonight. Better us than risking our candidate, I suppose.
Never
Shrug.
would have guessed that the bounty hunting was part of this plan to take the throne. And further, you've a Lady of the Knighthood with you. Not to mention command of a gauntlet runner. I sense there's more to this story, hmm?
Not gonna comment on us being an Elda. It's a long story. We're after Luis. You can't make me talk. I am curious. What would this guy think of Luis? Because remember, so Heismay clearly denoted that he's been targeted by Sanctism, and you know, Luis is opposing of Sanctism as well. So I don't know what his. Although Luis, I was thinking maybe the knights are more loyal to the crown, but and you know, would then be anti-Luis. I'm just trying to think. How much should we give away here? Because if he's anti-Luis, then that would, you know, give us some points. Let's try it. Let's see how he reacts to this.
The truth is, we're going after Luis.
That might have been the wrong choice, but I am curious.
Luis, the monstrous child himself, eh? So you're not just grasping at power. You've got convictions.
Okay, see? Monstrous child, huh?
But now the throne's in anyone's reach, eh? Suppose the king's magic wasn't just a myth. Well, hardly matters to an old codger like me. No telling if I'll even live to see the next king crowned.
This is all jolly cheerful. And I'm to be stuck between these two old goats the whole night.
Don't blame me, lad. You volunteered.
Yeah,
Those are
Stroll.
some sharp ears. We should probably watch our words in here.
Stroll, you get to stay up all night and absorb the wisdom. You know, you get to hear what these guys have to say. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Oh, we're just here, huh?
Hey!
Yeah, we're just here.
Pleasure to see you.
Oh, dear.
Wait, what? Bend over backwards. Help people. Puts his work first. Causes issues with his family. Can we? Okay, we don't have a choice. We have to sleep.
Evidently.
I'm in trouble now.
Okay, well, let's rest up then.
This ass.
Although, let's actually, let's save first. Okay, now let's go to bed.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I dreamed we were being chased around by a horde of giant sandworms. I barely got any rest at all. I hope Heismay behaved himself in the Gauntlet Runner. We should go check on him later. We also need to get some information out of Barden. But how do we even bring it up?
Are you awake? Barden just sent word. A few children disappeared in the
Ooh.
night.
That's not so good. We should probably check the Gauntlet Runner.
Wait, but Heismay's in the Gauntlet Runner, right?
Is he still there?
If he's still bound there, that basically proves he's innocent. But we need to get to the runner, quick.
I'm sorry, Gallica.
If he's still bound there, that basically proves he's innocent. But if he's not...
It's one of those old... I did a bunch of, or I've done a bunch of visual novels before this, and it was always my bane that it would, the voices would, they would have these pauses, and I'd go forward too quickly. Well, this is not so good. Hello, gentlemen.
Where's Stroll?
What?
Speak, man. Are you all right? Where's Heismay? What happened here?
Drinking on the job.
Oh, he reeks of alcohol. Neurus, you old sot, don't tell me you drank yourself to sleep.
Well, Heismay was blathering on about some things I found rather unnerving. So I had a little sup of the spirits to calm the nerves.
Wow, what a mess.
You witless... Maybe some cold water will wake you up, and if that water's not fixed yet, you're really in it! Ah!
Oh. Hello.
Now, what's all the commotion?
Hi, Heismay. Did you did you kidnap any children recently?
Ah, that was it. He kept scaring me, so I stuffed him into the lavatory to shut him up.
He says that like it makes sense. Does it make sense to you?
Does he drive like this?
He doesn't drink and drive, does he?
If you dare touch a single drop on the road, I'll toss you off the runner's back myself!
Anyway, one thing's for sure. Heismay was tied up the whole time, so he never set foot outside, right?
What's all this about frightening Neurus? I cannot imagine you suddenly felt compelled to share ghost stories.
I heard some strange sounds last night. I could tell they were footsteps, but not any I recognized. If it had anything to do with the disappearance of the residents, it could prove my innocence. That's why I spoke up.
I don't think he's lying. With all that fog, I couldn't find the source of the footsteps, but I found plenty of something else. Children's shoes. It was after midnight. No time for children to be out and about. I had the shoes checked at the guard station, and it looks like they belong to the missing children.
Then 'tis likely those footsteps belong to your true culprit.
But the guard said no one left town last night.
Nobody left? But that must mean the culprit is...
Inside the town, a ghost. Definitely Heismay, yep. Excuse me. Well, I think what they're going for here, again, if we're going along the lines of, you know, it might be someone in the guard. I mean, let's be honest, Morris is the name that's going to the top of the list right now. It's an inside job. The phone call is coming from inside the house.
Inside the town?
Logically, yes.
If that's the case, I'd like to talk to Barden, but how much of this should we share with him?
If you ask me, it's time to lay out all you know. Taking me with you might help your case, too.
I hear you, Heismay. I mean, having what is essentially a ninja on your side does sound like a good asset, but I feel like if we suddenly show up with you and say you're untied and working with us, I feel like that could raise... that might raise a few issues. But, you know, let's see what you think.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. To bring you before the very man responsible for the bounty on your head. I trust I need not illustrate the risk.
Risk or not, the real culprit's likely one of their own. If you hide me, they'll accuse you of harboring a known criminal.
Okay, that's somewhat reasonable as well.
You all had it right. It's time I faced reality. A life on the run leaves no room for me to truly mourn my son.
I'm curious, why were you on the run in the first place? Because it doesn't sound like... It sounds like you being on the run happened before this whole kidnapping thing.
Heismay.
Whatever the case, let's meet with Barden.
Okay.
Well, I must say I couldn't hope you'd capture him so swiftly.
Now here's the thing. What happens if, say this guy is imprisoned somewhere, and the kidnappings still happen? What happens then? Oh, look at this guy. Look at this shifty guy.
Something wrong? You don't look well. Got a face like you've just stumbled upon a dead man.
No, it's nothing. Just surprised you caught him.
Aye, you have my thanks. Clearly we were right to trust you. You'll get your payment in full.
Before that, I want to ask you one question. Why was Heismay the only suspect in this case?
One of the guard witnessed him firsthand. Go on, Morris, tell him.
Uh-oh.
On the night of the kidnappings, I spotted a Ujif bolting into the wilderness. Several times. No mistaking a squat figure like that. I'm telling you, what are the chances of there being 2 Ujif brigands in the area?
What did you say?
Strange. I don't recall the kidnappers' tribe being listed on the bounty poster. Even the captain seemed surprised, yet you alone knew this.
Yeah, that information definitely didn't come up before.
He's obviously our culprit.
Most strange. Heismay was already in our custody yesterday. In other words, the kidnappings of last night cannot be his doing.
Oh, we've got you, buddy. He clearly, you know, he clearly didn't think we'd be returning from that, from those sandworms.
Is this true?
Captain, I'm one of yours, aren't I? You're not gonna trust this little red-eyed bastard over me, are you?
There's also the testimony from the guard at the gate. He reported no one coming or going from the city.
You scabby bounty hunters think you can mock the guard corps like this? Just take your damn blood money and get the hell out of here!
Fine, fine. Keep your hair on. We'll get to the bottom of this eventually.
Ooh. Has Stroll ever had his hand out like that in his picture down there? Ooh, it looks a bit intimidating.
Is there a problem here? Barden, may I interrupt?
No problem, ma'am.
Was that?
What? What have you noticed?
Did you hear it, lad?
No, I heard nothing.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Now I see your game, you fiends.
Oh.
What? He's gone.
Okay, he could have done that. Okay, that whole thing about him trusting us and going into our captivity, he could have just left at any time. Okay, gotcha.
Heismay!
Find him! Secure the exits! Don't let him escape!
No good. He's nowhere to be found. What's gotten into Heismay?
I got the impression he sensed something. If he'd meant to escape, he would have done it yesterday.
Yeah, he could have left at any time.
I think Barden's innocent in all this. The real scumbag here is Morris, his second in command.
That's what all the signs are pointing to.
He framed Heismay with a false eyewitness testimony. Must have figured an exiled Ujif would be a perfect scapegoat.
Of course, he failed to tell anyone about that.
So Morris, a would-be god of the people, has been kidnapping the residents and selling them off.
Could be. And there's also those footsteps that old Heismay heard in the night.
Nurse is bound to have sobered up by now, right? Let's see how things are outside and get back to the runner.
Okay, so we're clearly not, we're not going out and accusing him immediately. Which, I'm not sure exactly what... Because we're worried about the kidnappees, right?
Are you coherent yet? I didn't take you as the sort to fall so hard into your cups.
It's obviously good and important that we need to get more definitive evidence, but, we might be short on time here.
Well, an icy bath like that would freshen anyone up.
And tell us again what happened last night. It may be our only clue to tracking down the real culprit.
Ah, bloody hell. Yes, it's coming back a bit. It wasn't just Heismay's reports that shook me. No, I saw something. It was right after I slung Heismay into the bathroom. Out the window, I saw some massive shadow moving through the fog.
How massive?
It wasn't any beast or man of this world. It was a dark messenger, I tell you. A specter from the very bowels of hell. It was like the horrors of every fairy story from my schoolboy days sprung to Stygian life. I was shaken, chums. Shaken to my core. I cried out for help, grabbed for something to steady myself, and all I found was the bottle.
Conveniently.
There, you're all right now.
Even if there is some monster behind this, how would it connect with Morris? I don't see why he would be compelled to hide this to the extent of framing Heismay.
True. Let's try investigating the lady's old castle. Heismay's bound to have a reason for bolting off like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised we just left. Oh, they're not letting us in.
Fie.
Barden.
Evidently.
Oh my.
Huh?
Interesting to see you two together.
Got to say,
What folly.
I guess that's one way to put it.
The truth is...
Oh, no.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm in your debt.
We are a motley crew. We will totally take on any and all people who are sort of the outcast from this society.
And so? But then... Is that right then?
All right, we have someone who supports us from the inside. Okay. Well, it looks like we have quite the conspiracy unfolding before our eyes. But
Hey, listen.
I think...
All right then.
Let's see. Okay. I think I may call it here. I don't know if this whole tunnel and castle is going to be a whole dungeon in and of itself. But in case it is, I think I'm going to call it just in case, because I don't... Tonight, I'm not sure I want to go overly long on time. So I think we'll save that for next time. So we got quite the revelations here. Heismay is a fallen Ujif knight, a Shadowguard, and it looks like not our culprit. And it looks like Morris is operating some sort of kidnapping ring. Now, is money gonna be the only thing involved here? Norris said he saw a giant monster. That's making me think, I don't know, something human related, which would be, you know, kidnapping and selling people off is already sinister, but potentially involving those human monsters makes it, you know, that's an extra level of evil. At least it seems to me. So yeah, let's prepare ourselves, because next time we may see some, especially because children are involved. We may see something very ugly next time. So I want you all to prepare yourselves for that potentiality. You know, let's just hope that all the kidnappees that have been throughout this whole horrible event are still alive and are still being kept here at the castle, and we're going to be able to rescue them all and let them out, and there's not going to be any evil sort of, I don't know, experiments or something. You know, let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best, all right? Okay. I've been the Worm. This has been Metaphor ReFantazio. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.